Catherine, we mentioned at the beginning of this tape that we're sitting in the Jack Daniels Inn. We all know that this inn stands today because of Catherine Sage. Could you tell us how you saved the Jack Daniels Inn?
Well, we are alongside a lovely little river.
Yes.
Which has the courage and individuality to flow north. Well, the other rivers flow south, go to the sea. This one goes to Concord. It's really ridiculous. It's right out the window there, flowing up the Concord the wrong way.
Yeah, it's a New Hampshire. It's a New Hampshire river.
Sure, live free or die.
That's right.
So it's living freely going up there, and there were a bunch of little motel buildings alongside the river, and then there came a terrible flood, and Tan O'Rourke, who owns this place, came in, and there were mattresses floating around waist high, and it was terrible. So, of course, you know what happened. I don't have to play a guessing game. Zoning, planning, and all that, if you want to do anything at all. If I have a prejudice, this is it. I really don't like zoning and planning. Anybody who makes a religion, as I do, out of individual freedom is not going to be gung-ho for zoning and planning. So the boys who were working on this motel did everything they could to obey everything they could possibly obey, and the neighbors objected. We really had put ourselves into maximum obedience.
This is when they were trying to rebuild it after the flood.
What they wanted to do was not get drowned again in the next flood, which isn't too stupid an idea, you know. So they wanted, instead of having a nice little bunch of cute little wooden buildings alongside the river that would get carried away the next flood, they wanted to back somewhat away from the river and come up a little higher and move over. Well, that was very, very challenging, and we were taken by complete surprise because we thought we had already obeyed. Every plan was made with abject, subjective obedience, you know. We got in there and all the neighbors were there. The Episcopal Church was there in full, which is, I'm not making a religious statement, they just were.
Was this before the ZBA or the planning board? Or
this was the ZBA.
ZBA.
So, anyway, they got up one after, it was marvelously organized. Made their speeches about how we were going to pollute the universe, lower the tone, and ruin Peterborough. So I didn't know what I was going to say, because they'd rendered inapplicable everything that I could say, because I was talking about how we'd obeyed all the rules and so forth. I was going to. And here came this dreadful onslaught. And they had some hotshot lawyers up from the cities.
Against you. Against you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just by the wildest chance, I had read the cases that the other lawyer was mentioning, and they didn't say what he said they said. But anyway, and I happened to have one of the books with me by, again, wild chance, because I'm not organized with documents and books and so forth. I grab whatever I have on my way out the door. I mean, that's not my talent. I can't find anything in my briefcase right in the middle of 5 minutes after opposing counsel has given it to me. I've lost it, but that's a measure of freedom, too. At least I can react to the situation and not to the material objects around me.